Hey everybody, it's Scott here. And today's episode, what we're going to be spending our time talking about is how you communicate your information with the parents of your students. This is a really big issue. As a parent of three kids in our local school district, I'm somebody who's really active with what the kids are doing, right? I'm always wanting to know, wanting to make sure that we help them out and things like that. And for most of you, if you are a parent, you know the same thing, right? You want to help your kids out. You want your own personal kids to succeed. And sometimes that becomes really frustrating. I know, like I said, as a parent, I was really frustrated when my kids would come home, they would tell me something, and I'm going, what's the assignment about? And they don't really know. And really, one of the issues that I found over the course of all my years of teaching is that the biggest issue that we have when you open up your email and you get a parent email is that 90% of the time it's based off of weak communication skills. And it could be any number of things, right? So I want you to be clear on that. When you get those emails, when you get those phone calls, the very first thing that I want you to do is just simply sit down, take a breath, consider what's going on, and just listen. Listen and look at what that message or hear what that message is said to you. Because like I said, the majority of the time, these are communication issues. For example, I just opened up my email this morning, and sure enough, I had an email, turning off my coffee here. I had an email from a parent who was really concerned, really concerned about the expectations of this particular assignment and going way over the top. Because her daughter, it took her 3 hours to do this assignment. This is a novel that has about a 4th, 5th grade reading level. This is for a 6th grade class, so it's a really low-level novel. This student in particular, is a very smart student. She's smart and she is fast at what she does. She is always one of the first people to have all the work done when we're working in class, and one of the first people who will, 90% of the time, I know she will get it, right? Her brain works really quick. So when I get this message and it's like, oh my gosh, this thing is 3 hours long. You were expecting 6 chapters of reading. And isn't that too much? And now she says you've thrown another assignment and there's like another 4 to 6 some odd chapters of reading and it's due today. And so I wrote back. And here's the thing, we had some miscommunications. In this case, what I have to stress, and this is not to always throw things back onto the students, this student in this particular case was working the parents. This student was given in class 20-some odd minutes of reading before she left school. I saw how far she made it. She made it through about 2 to 3 chapters. So she's a fast reader. She's claiming this 3-hour piece. Didn't really happen. You notice she also did a little manipulation of some data right there and said 6 chapters of reading. So when I wrote back and said, here's the deal, here's what she's got, and I had to open up the book to verify this, and it's just like she had 6 chapters of reading. That was only 37 pages. Each chapter is only about 4 pages in length. So let's calculate that now, okay? And then I explained the assignment to her, just to make it really clear. Okay, so the thing is, be aware, a lot of those messages that you get back do indeed come from a miscommunication. So how do we fix this, right? This is the key thing. How do we fix this? Most schools come with some sort of a LMS system or a learning management system that you have access to. I've been in various schools. We've had things like Edline, Home Access Center, you name it. This particular school that I'm working at right now is using one that the colleges use called Canvas. It's very similar to Blackboard if you're familiar with Blackboard or Angel or something like that. So here's the key. The more communication you send out proactively, the less chance you're going to run into a situation where you have communication issues. Right? So in my classroom, here's what we've got, right? Number one, I have my learning management system always up to date. Number two, as soon as I provide an assignment, I put it into the grading system so that the parents can also access that. So 2 levels of defense so far. Okay, and yeah, we're going to talk battles here in defense, right? But it's 2 levels of defense. The second one is I put it into the gradebook with the due date of when it's coming in. The third thing that I have is on my board, like most of you have seen. Let me see if I can turn this around for you and you can see it. If you notice over there, that's the full schedule for the entire week over there. Okay, so the entire week is already listed and tells everybody the due dates, when they're assigned, and things like that. Third level of defense. Fourth one is that before the students leave class, we make sure that please make sure you put on your to-do list that you have access to this. So again, the more communication you put out there, the better. The other thing that I do, and it doesn't really take that much. I know a lot of teachers will sit there and go, oh, it's so much. Look, if I'm typing a document, and let's say it's on a Microsoft Word document, I'm going to upload that document to my LMS system so that if a parent is at home, they can always go check that. For example, another one. I had a student yesterday, when I checked her email, she had emailed, I don't know how long the assignment is and what we're supposed to do. This student, what I found was interesting, is emailed it off of the learning management system and didn't bother to look in the file folder. And when I talked to her the next day, I said, did you look at the calendar? Because the calendar had a link to it. And she went, no, I just emailed you. Miscommunications. So again, take the time, look at the situation, okay? Parents are not going to come after you if you are showing that you are making the effort. So I want you to be clear on this. Communications between the parents is really a good thing, but you've always got to be open and transparent to make sure that they know what's going on. Get those grades finished as soon as possible. My grading turnaround time is generally less than 20, well, it's about 24-hour day turnaround time. This assignment comes in, 24 hours later, I get it back. Because guess what? Parents are sitting at home going, did you turn in the assignment? Okay, well, if I put it into the grade book, and this is the panic that I've always had with my kids, I'll put it into the grade book, or the teachers will have it in the grade book and say it's coming in, it's due. And then I'll open up the learning management system as a parent from home. I'll open this up and it's still blank, or it's marked as missing, or something like that. And I'll go, did you turn in the assignment? Well, yeah, I turned in the assignment. But if that grade is still missing, I'm going to be panicked as a parent. So now I'm going to get on my kid's case. And guess what? If my kid did turn in the assignment, and the teacher is taking a week, 2 weeks to get an assignment back to him, that's a problem. So what you want to do, again, here's what I'll do, is that if I know I've got a longer period of time to grade something, I had something to grade over the Christmas break, I put into the learning management system a CR that says credit. You turn this assignment in. So that parents can open it up and go, student got credit for it. It's great. It's there. And then the other thing is I'm able to put in my system, I could put a comment code there, and it said, will be graded after the first of the year. That way, if a parent opens it up, they're going to go, oh, we're good. He's on top of things. Again, tell parents what's going on. The more communication you have, the better off you're going to be. Hey, I will see you out there again. Make sure you keep breathing. Don't stop breathing. That's always a key one. Always relax and always think. We'll talk to you later.